Dear students, in your last class we discussed about minor, cofactor and adjoint of a matrix. Using those factors, let us find the inverse of a matrix. So what is inverse of a matrix? For a square matrix A, if there exists a square matrix B such that AB is equal to BA is equal to I, where I is the unit matrix or identity matrix, then B is said to be the inverse of A or reciprocal of A. The inverse of A is denoted by A inverse. So, in order to exist inverse for a given matrix, here A is considered as a square matrix. Then, if there exists a square matrix B, that means B is considered as the inverse of A. So, if B is exists as a inverse of A, that means if B is considered as the inverse matrix of A, then the condition for existence of inverse is that AB is equal to BA is equal to I. Then only B is said to be the inverse of A or reciprocal of A. Usually inverse of matrix A is denoted by A inverse. Then if A inverse exists, A is said to be invertible. Then for a given matrix A, there exists inverse only if A is a square matrix. And second condition, A is non-singular. So, in order to exist inverse matrix for a given matrix A, there are two conditions. One is A should be a square matrix. Second condition, A should be non-singular. Non-singular means the determinant value of the given matrix A should be not equal to 0. These are the two conditions in order to exist inverse of a given matrix. Then if B is the inverse of A, then A is the inverse of B. That means if B is the inverse of A, then A is also the inverse of B. Then the formula for finding A inverse is equal to adj A, that means adjoint A divided by determinant A. This is the formula for determining the inverse of a matrix. Now let us do some problems for finding the inverse of A. Find the inverse of A where A is equal to this. Then you have to, in order to find out inverse of A, you have to find out adjoint of A and also you have to find out determinant. That means inverse of A is equal to adj A divided by determinant A. So here we are determining determinant A. So for that we have to consider first three elements in the first row. Then take first element in the first row. Then you have to delete the row and column. Then determine the determinant values of the remaining elements. So 3 into minus 3 into 1, 1 into 2. Then put a negative sign for the second element, minus 5. Then delete that row and column in which that element exists. Then determine the determinant value of the remaining elements, 2, 1, 1, 2. Plus 7, third element. Put a positive sign for the third element. Then delete that row and column and determine the determinant value of the remaining elements. 2 minus 3, 1, 1. Then by finding the determinant value of these 2 by 2 determinant, you will get finally the determinant value as minus 1. That means 3 into minus 3 into 2, that is minus 6, minus 1. Then minus 5, 2 into 2, 4, minus 1, plus 7, 2 into 1, 2, minus of minus 3, that is plus 3. Then finally we will get the value of determinant as minus 1. So first we found out the value of determinant as minus 1. Then you have to find out the value of adjoint A. So in order to find out adjoint A, you have to find out the cofactors of all the elements in the matrix. So this is the way of finding out cofactors. You have to multiply minus 1 all raised to I plus j value with the determinant of each element. Then by finding, this is the cofactor of first element, then finding all the cofactors of all the elements, then we will get adjoint A matrix. By adjoint A matrix means it is the transpose of cofactor elements, cofactor matrix. This is the first row element, minus 7, minus 3, minus 5. Then it becomes first column in transpose matrix. That means in adjoint A matrix, minus 3, minus 7, minus 3, 5. Then next 3 elements is the second row cofactor elements, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2. It becomes the second column in the adjoint A matrix. Then third row, this is the cofactor elements in the third row, 26, 11, minus 9. That becomes the third column in the adjoint A matrix. Adjoint A matrix is the transpose of cofactor matrix. So first we had to write the cofactor matrix, then you had to write the transpose of that cofactor matrix, that will be the adjoint A matrix. Then you had to find out A inverse. A inverse is equal to adjoint A divided by determinant A. We already found out the value of determinant A as minus 1. So you had to divide adjoint A matrix with determinant A value. So determinant value is minus 1. So minus 7 is equal to 7. So you have to change the sign of all the elements in the adjoint A matrix. Then we will get A inverse matrix. This is the way of finding out A inverse using the formula adjoint A divided by determinant A. Two factors you have to find out, determinant A value and adjoint A value. In order to determine the adjoint A value, you have to find out the cofactor matrix. Then you had to find out the transpose of that cofactor matrix, that will be the adjoint matrix. Then we will get A inverse matrix by dividing adjoint A with determinant A. Here we have 2 by 2 matrix. Find the inverse of this. Then determinant value of matrix A is equal to the 4 into 1 minus of minus 6, that will be plus 10. Then finding the cofactors of all the elements, then we will get adjoint matrix A by putting the transpose. First we had to find out the cofactor matrix. First row elements will be 1 and 3. That becomes the column elements in the adjoint matrix. That means adjoint matrix is the transpose of cofactor matrix. Then these are the second row elements, minus 2, minus 2, 4. That will become the column elements in the adjoint A matrix. Then A inverse is equal to adjoint A by determinant A. We have determinant A value as 10. So 1 by 10 into adjoint matrix. That will become this type of matrix. We had to divide all the elements by 10. So A inverse is this matrix. Next we are going to discuss about orthogonal matrix. What is an orthogonal matrix? A square matrix A is said to be orthogonal if the product of it and its transpose is a unit matrix. So the condition for orthogonality is a square matrix A into A transpose is equal to A transpose into A is equal to I. Then A is said to be orthogonal matrix. That means for a square matrix, in order to exist the orthogonality, that means if a square matrix is said to be orthogonal, then the product of it with its transpose should be the unit matrix. That means A into A transpose or AT or A prime. The product of a matrix, product of a given matrix and its transpose should be equal to unit matrix. Then only the given matrix is said to be orthogonal. So if A square matrix A is an orthogonal matrix, then A transpose is equal to A inverse. Then only the condition is satisfied. A into A inverse is equal to I. So, A transpose should be equal to A inverse for a orthogonal matrix. So, what is an orthogonal matrix? If a given matrix, when it is multiplied with its transpose, then it should become equal to unit matrix. Then the square matrix, given square matrix is said to be orthogonal matrix. Then the transpose matrix should be equal to A inverse for a given matrix to be orthogonal matrix. That is the condition for orthogonal matrix. Now let us see how we can solve simultaneous equations with the help of matrices. That means solution of simultaneous equations with the help of matrices. Here we have two matrices. Then there are three matrices. Then this can be simplified as Ax plus By is equal to K. Then Cx plus Dy, not By, Dy is equal to L. That means first row, multiply first row with this column Ax plus By. Multiplying and adding. Then that will become equal to first constant K. Then multiply second row with this column, that is Cx plus Dy, not By, is equal to L. These are simultaneous equations. Here in this equation A, B, C and D are known as coefficients. Then X and Y are the unknowns or variables. Then K and L are constants. So what are simultaneous equations? These are a set of two or more equations containing two or more variables or unknowns. Here X and Y are the unknowns or variables which can be solved at the same time. That is known as simultaneous equations. That means the unknown values will have same values in all the equations, then they can be solved at the same time. So these are the simultaneous equations are set of equations, two or more set of equations, and each containing two or more variables, and that can be solved at the same time, that are known as simultaneous equations. So here we can solve simultaneous equation with the help of matrices. Here it is given, that is two simultaneous equations are given here. Then express these equations in the matrix equation form. So we can change these equations into matrix form. Two equations can be expressed as, first you have to find out the coefficients in the first equation 2, 3. Then that will be the first row elements. Then in the second equation you have to find out the coefficients that are 4 and 5. Then you have to find out the variables x and y, that is equal to the constants 4 and 6. This is the form of Ax equal to B, where the x is the matrix of unknowns, A is the matrix of coefficients and B is the matrix of constants. In this way we can convert simultaneous equations into matrix form. Now let us discuss about another set of equations and converting them to into the matrix form. Here we have three sets of simultaneous equations and with variables x, y and z. We have to convert these equations into a matrix form. X is equal to B. That means this equation, three equations are given. Express these equations into the matrix equation Ax is equal to B. That is the question here. So first you have to write all the three equations. Then this can be written in the form of a matrix by taking all the coefficients in the first equation. We will get the first row elements. Similarly, taking the coefficients in the second and third equations, we will get the second row and third row elements. Then we have to consider the unknown elements as the second matrix, that is x, y and z are the unknowns here. Then the right side elements are considered as the constant matrix. where the first matrix is formed of coefficients and second is of unknowns and third is the RHS right hand side constants. So this is also the form of Ax is equal to B. This is A. First matrix is considered as A, then second matrix is considered as X, then the right hand side matrix is it is considered as the constant matrix B. So this is the way of writing simultaneous equations into matrix form. Now we have another method of finding the solutions. We have to find out the values of x, y and z. That we will discuss in your next class. How can we find out the variables x, y, z values by using these simultaneous equations, and by changing the simultaneous equations into matrix form, then finally we have to find out the variable values x, y and z. That we will discuss in your upcoming class. So today we discussed about how can we find out inverse of a matrix, then how can we represent a given set of equations into matrix form. That means given set of equations means simultaneous equations with same variables in all the equations. That type of equations we have to convert into matrix form. So that we discussed here. Thank you.